Is the company allowed to dismiss or discipline someone if they are going through some sort of mental issues, such as anxiety, depression, or even stress?
Vaishnavi, that is so current today.
Okay.
And because there's so much of case law on that point, there's a recent judgment where a lawyer actually was working for legal aid.
Yeah.
And it's a reported judgment, so I can share it.
Yes.
And one of the paragraphs in that judgment where the judge said, there is a duty on employers. This is off the top of my head. I remember reading that case. Where the judge said it's a duty on employers to accommodate employees with depression. Now, the fact that the judge said that, and maybe as a non-lawyer you don't understand the importance of that, but how is South African law made? South African law is made either by Parliament when they pass a statute like the Labour Relations Act, or it's made by a judge in a court by giving a judgment. So, for example, the topic of recent interest is restraint of trade. I did it with 5FM recently, where restraint of trade is where you sign an employment contract, and in your contract it says you can't work for somebody else for a certain number of months or years or whatever it is.
Yes.
And that used to be the strong provision in our law until recently, where it went before a judge in the High Court, and the judge in the High Court, no, I'm sorry, now it's COVID times. People need to earn a living. You can't stop this man and make him sit at home because of a restraint of trade.
Sure.
So he said it's special circumstances which allow for special situations. And whoever's interested, I can send them a copy of the judgment. Contact Vaishnavi, will organize it for you.
Okay.
But that is an example where the law is developed by a judgment. Now the law on restraint of trade is moved forward by this judgment. So coming back to an original point, the judge in that case said there is a duty on employees to accommodate employees with depression. The law moved forward on mental health and workplace. Do you see?
Yeah. So does it depend on the judge that you have at your case in order to get the outcome of that case?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Judges are appointed to positions after stringent checks and balances.
Okay.
And they often are people of the highest caliber.
Okay.
A judge, to be appointed a judge, there's a very strict process, very strict interview. There's a complete background check, etc. So for a judge to be a judge, there is a strict process. Okay. Having said that, the individualism of a judge will come out in their own judgment. So there's certain aspects that make a judge human, and those are the aspects that they will bring out in their own judgment. But generally, there's objectivity in the law. Generally, there is fairness in the law, and that's why we have the rule of law in South Africa. It is something that is really something to be proud of. We have former presidents being sent for hearings and things like that to be current about issues. So the rule of law is quite strong in our country.
Okay.